Bobby. 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 What is up, people?
Hello.
It is a Monday night special, the review show with yours truly, Talitha Kume, and my baby, Big Bobby B, brought to you by Food for the Soul Media Group here on Vegas Hype Media on Fremont. Shout out to Quan keeping us live on FB, YouTube, and the Mixler app at Vegas Hype Media, and we are live on our FB page as well. So basically, we have got a lot of stuff to talk about. Um, some stuff you may want to get in on, some stuff you may not give a damn about, some stuff you may not know about.
Yep.
But we are talking about it on the Monday Night Special, the review. Our disclaimer, as always, these are our opinions. They are not fact, just our opinions. So if you want to weigh in, you can comment on our page at Food for the Soul Media Group on FB, or if you're tuning in on Vegas Hype Media, leave us a comment on the YouTube station. So how has your week been, baby? Did you find your place? Because you look
Oh
like
yeah.
you were lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey. My week, shoot. Last week was, man. Last week ended up kind of being like a kick in the balls.
Why?
You know why? Dealing with the kid.
Yeah, that was this past weekend.
I know, but
Really?
that's still my week, really. I
Okay.
mean, we haven't seen each other since then, so
Okay.
yeah, real kick in the face. Outside of that, I didn't really have much going. I did a couple boxes. Both of them are still at the house.
Mm-hmm.
So last week I did 2 boxes. They took a long time,
Okay.
and they're both still there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
What about this past weekend? You having the opportunity to get your sweater
yes, that was great.
on? Okay.
Man, we went to Marlon's Closet. She had a book signing there for
Miss
Miss
Opal.
Opal Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss Opal Lee now has a book reader sweater by Orlay.
Yes.
And she was very excited to receive it.
Yeah, she was.
And that woman looks wonderful. She's 95 years old.
And who is Miss Opal Lee?
Miss Opal Lee is the woman. Her and her family got the Juneteenth. I mean 19th.
Yeah.
Pushed into Congress as a national holiday.
Mm-hmm.
It was great to see her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her story was even greater.
Yeah, and being able to listen to her wisdom was really exciting. So thanks, shout out to Marvin's Closet and
Marlon's
Kenya.
Closet. Sure.
I keep saying Marvin.
You didn't say Marvin, you said Marlon?
I said Marlon. Okay, Marlon's Closet and Kenya
Yep.
for inviting us out. So we had a really, really good time. My week has been pretty much the same as your week. Whenever your week is kind of whack, my week is pretty whack because your week is whack. So we didn't do we didn't do a lot. We didn't do a lot this week like we did last week. So that was
Right.
Just kind of kicking back. We got a chance to just chill and hang out Saturday and absolutely do nothing. I think we
Man, that was pretty
watched
good.
like a couple of movies. We just chilled.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And then we started our first Monday night or not Monday night, our Fan Friday.
Yes, we did.
Movie night
And
that
it
we
was a
changed
disaster.
that we changed from Monday. So it was a disaster only because Bobby didn't like the movie.
And the way she let in was like,
and he didn't remember.
She just came right
movie.
in like, what you think? Or something. I'm like, first of all, can we recap this whack movie that we watched? I don't remember any of this garbage.
I gave a synopsis.
And then it started coming to me.
Yeah, I gave a synopsis.
You didn't give
movie.
anything. You just, we're live. So what do you think?
I gave a synopsis.
I don't think I want to do this.
Of the movie.
Okay.
Because it was on my paper. You already know. On my cue cards, I write everything on there. So I gave a brief synopsis. It was just a synopsis that was on Google. So I didn't give you a rundown of the movie.
I didn't even hear that synopsis.
Yeah,
whenever you said, I heard you say, I'm live.
Yeah, no.
And what do you think?
I gave it because I didn't want to give the movie away. So I didn't want to do a recap of the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll be back this Friday with another movie. Hopefully we'll have it together by then. But I want to go ahead and get into the show. So I wanted to pay, give remembrance to 9/11 because everybody I know was talking about that this past weekend. And so this article I found, I just wanted to kind of read off some of the victims, or how many victims there were, because a lot of times, I know back in the day, when we were not well read as we are now,
Yeah.
you don't really know the 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 cause of an event until you read about it or hear about it or see,
Right.
or get testimonials of people that were there and different things that happened. So this past weekend they did a lot of that, and I was happy to hear about some of the people who risked their lives for us. And so I just wanted to do a short article I found of the victims. It said that the article in 9/11, it was 2,977 victims. Now this was posted on, I want to say it was on Wikipedia, I think, or somewhere like that. So it could be more, it could be less. It's just what I found. It said 2,977 victims that were killed in September 11th attacks. 412 were emergency workers in New York who responded to the World Trade Center, and this included 343 firefighters, including a chaplain and two paramedics of the New York City Fire Department, 37 police officers of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey Police Department, 23 police officers of the New York City Police Department, and 8 emergency medical technicians and paramedics from private emergency medical services, 3 New York State court officers, and 1 patrolman from the New York Fire Patrol. And so, like I said, those numbers could be more. They could be more. And then with a lot of the people that they found after,
Hmm.
this was, like identifying and still going through the rubble and all that, it could have been way more than what this article said. But it said several more thousands actually died from healthcare issues as they were survivors and helping in the crash. So not only this list, but others have died since then from being a part of, the,
Yeah.
the 9/11 and everything that's gone on. And so I just want to talk about it in remembrance of those who lost their lives. Do you remember where you were
Yep.
during where were you?
I was in my room,
Uh-huh.
watching TV
Uh-huh.
with my boys, and I feel like they were playing hooky
Okay.
because I finished high school a little early,
Uh-huh.
so that was September 11th, 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, yeah, I was in my room watching it on TV.
Really?
Yeah,
So did it just preempt everything you were watching? Because I'm sure you
yeah, it
weren't
just
watching
kind of
the news.
nah, I wasn't. I think
Uh-huh.
I got maybe a call or something and turn it on.
Okay.
It was like whoa,
Really?
yeah,
What was crazy for me is that I had just got back from Las Vegas. I
really,
had just got back from Las Vegas visiting my aunt. Had a really good time. I was thinking about moving out here at that time in
mm,
2001. And I remember getting back that it had to have been like a Tuesday or something, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. And I was in my bed sleep because I always slept late, because my job, I worked in the evenings.
yeah.
And so Auntie called me and told me to turn on the news right now. And I turned on the news, and it was just,
I caught the second plane hitting the
man,
building,
yeah,
so I turned it.
I
Yeah,
watched it too. I was
yeah,
able to
and the
watch it.
Pentagon.
Yeah, I was able to watch it after the first plane hit,
Mm,
and then I was watching it when the second plane hit as well. So same
yeah,
thing. That was hard, man. That
yeah,
was
that
like
was.
probably one of the hardest things that I've ever experienced watching on live TV, and I'm sure a lot of
that
people
day.
around the world. Yeah.
That day is in my mind like the day Eazy-E died. I remember where I was in too. I was
Really?
outside of an ice cream place with my parents.
Uh-huh.
The evening time. It's probably like 80 something degrees.
Hmm.
You know, Friday Night Lights. Remember all that
Really?
radio.
And
Eazy-E's passed away. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. So that hit me just as hard actually.
And what's crazy is right before this, Aaliyah had passed as well, and it
Hmm.
kind of got overshadowed
Yeah,
by
yeah.
by September 11th.
She
Yeah,
got Kobe for sure
yeah,
on that
man.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
golly. And
Wow.
so, yeah, I just wanted to pay remembrance to those and say that we will never forget.
Yeah.
Um,
Who who
we thank
who
you.
passed right before the recession? Sorry,
Um,
I didn't mean to stop here.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, right before the recession in 2008 or something, somebody had been somebody big then too. Who was it? Michael Jackson? It was somebody major. I don't know.
It might have been. And so, what you're saying is that people typically pass or something happens before a big event. Is that
It's
what you're
always
saying?
somebody big right before a big event. It's
Hmm.
just been the norm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a warning or something else. I'm not sure. So we don't want to get into it because we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
Like we said in the beginning of the show, all
Yeah.
the stuff we see is
Yeah.
it's our opinion, not facts.
Yeah.
So
So I'm gonna skip that.
Yeah.
Anyway, but remembrance to them and their family members who are still dealing with that, who have to relive that
Right.
every year, every so many years or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I think it's on you.
Yeah.
It's on you.
Well, I need to know when you're. Yeah. So that's wild. All
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
this is even wilder, man. So these cats moved. His family moved, and they found a whole family living in their home. Fresno, California, KFSN. A Fresno family's dream of owning a home became a nightmare whenever they got to the house and saw that someone was in it. It was double booked. The first-time home buyers arrived on the property in central Fresno on Sunday, only to find people that claimed to already be there as renters. How does this happen? How do we get to this place?
I have
There's no
no
bookkeepers no more. It's just anybody can just go out there and just do whatever they want.
I have no clue. Like, I mean, how devastated would you be if you if you and I, we just got a home, we purchased our first home,
Yeah.
and we're packing up all our stuff, us and our kids, we're going to move into our house. We already know where we want to put everything, we're thinking about colors, we want to paint the walls, all these things, and we get there and somebody is in our home with furniture and everything, answers the door like, "Hello, can I help you?"
So this must have been the original people that lived there. They must have put it up for the market and then started living living as squatters. Isn't there big time squatters rights in California or something that I don't know about?
I don't know anything about squatters' rights. I
Hmm.
just know that in the article it said that the people who live there, they had just recently rented it, so they were not.
The people that were already in there?
Yes, they had just rented
Oh,
the
they rented
property.
too?
Yes, no,
Okay.
no. The people who were coming,
Yeah.
they bought the home.
Mm-hmm.
People who were living there, they had just rented the home.
Oh, so the guy who was there before him played the game
So whoever was
on the
there,
landlords.
right, whoever was there, either on the landlords or the landlords themselves or a property management company, they double booked.
I doubt
They
the company
this
did that. This sounds like some secondhand stuff.
I don't know what it was, but how crazy is that for you to go to a home that you just purchased?
Yeah.
I'm talking about paperwork and everything. So they had to get their paperwork together, and now they have to try and figure out who's legally able to live in that place.
Dang, man. It's probably been easier to run into some ghosts.
I mean, I've never heard of that in my life. That is crazy.
Yeah.
So I feel
Wow.
like we're going to get more of this foolishness that's going on,
Yeah,
with
it's
all of
matching
this.
just like all the homes being built here, all the starter homes that are being
Yeah.
built with all the mess falling apart and all that.
Mhm.
Same kind of energy.
LaDonna's watching. She said, unless a con artist that pretended they owned the home and really didn't, possible too. I love when LaDonna
You know what?
chimes in because
Yeah, tell
because
LaDonna
she's
she
an
rocks.
attorney. Yeah,
I'm not on,
yeah.
but I years ago I tried to rent this house in Oak Cliff,
Mm-hmm.
and I went and did a tour and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Paid the $1,000 for my little deposit. And the lady was scamming, and she was scamming a
Wow.
lot of people.
Wow, are you
Yes,
serious?
and man, 8 years after that,
Uh-huh.
remember the lady that moved next door to us in Cedar Hill?
Yeah,
I felt like that was her. The whole
yeah,
time that lady lived there, I felt like that was that scam artist.
yeah. And you wanted
Yeah.
to just go and bust her up.
Man, what?
Well, it was
Yeah.
her boo was already busting her up, so she got what she deserved if that was her. Cause they was they was real domestic violence around there.
Yes, they were.
You
They
know
were
what I'm saying?
super
So
domestic
yeah,
violence.
so if that was her,
Domestico.
if that was her, then that's exactly what she gets. But yeah,
Right.
I've been through that too. Remember, we almost got scammed
Yeah.
a couple of years ago when that person was like, "Hey, well, send me the money first for the deposit,
Right.
and then I'll show you the house, and you could send it here." And then they kept texting, like he texted like 3 or 4 or 5. I'm like, dude, we you know what? We're good. We're not gonna.
We're fine.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it. And that house, remember, I wanted that house so bad.
Bad.
I love that house. If we would have got that house, we would not be here. I love that house.
I know. You talking about the one right there in Cedar Hill with the backyard? That
Yes,
looked
with the shed in the back that
man,
you could
that
use as an art
that
studio.
property just looked like witches lived there. I don't
Yeah.
know, it was something about it. It just didn't feel safe to me.
Yeah.
The backyard just didn't feel. It's like they cut chickens' heads off or something in the backyard.
Oh my gosh, Bobby.
It wasn't nice.
Oh gosh, you're so
It wasn't nice.
imaginative and so okay.
I like
All
the
right.
little sunken in. The house is nice, but
Yeah.
that backyard to me was scary.
Yeah. LaDonna also said, yeah, the con artists, they get pictures offline and everything, list the homes after building trust because sometimes people don't have time to view the home.
Yep.
And
Kind of like how they got us when we moved here, LaDonna.
yeah.
They didn't tell us that house was the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
You hear me?
Man, in 6 weeks, that mug will be
For
in the
real.
street.
Yeah, we could slide down our living room.
Yeah, from the
really.
backyard. Hey, put the water in.
Just
forget Six Flags. You're going to slide from the back door to the front door.
man,
It's like that.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
But we're making it though. So yeah, she said that they're getting very aggressive. So beware. So renters out there and home buyers, beware of people who are
Playing
out
off
here.
of your,
Just scamming,
Yeah.
playing off of your emotions, your vulnerability,
yeah, desperate,
your
needing
need,
somewhere to go.
your
Right.
need and all that other kind of stuff. So just be careful. But I wanted to talk about 2 Facebook posts I found, and I'm not sure if we're gonna get into it or not, if we're gonna disagree. But so this Facebook post I found, it said that a woman has split the internet after she revealed that her boyfriend has been paying rent and bills for their house without knowing that she is the owner of the property.
Yep.
She mentioned in a TikTok video that she and her partner have been living at the house for about a year now, and he pays the rent, all the major bills, but little does he know that I'm the landlord, which is what she's saying, and own this place for 5 years now. So all his direct deposits are going straight to her. She said she saw that. What?
Well,
What?
the
What,
little
Bobby?
does he know. I mean, they are dating. They've been dating for how long now? A
Um,
year, though?
yeah.
That's kind of weak. First 6 weeks or something like that. She couple
about
6
it.
months or something. She should have probably said something by now.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, you know you're paying rent on something I already own, so all this money is going right back to
Her.
right.
So what do you think
But
about
does
that,
she
though?
buy him new Jordans every week or something? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't.
what's her spending habits for her to be ripping off her boyfriend and stuff?
I don't know. He would have to pay and LaDonna said, okay, he would have to pay rent somewhere. And I get that, but I still feel like that's shady.
But see,
So on my end, that's too shady for me.
but that's not really that shady.
It's
I'll tell you
shady.
why. Because if he hadn't put any plans on putting a ring on her finger, then she really don't owe that dude nothing on the
Okay.
cool. So she could be just playing this dude along to see. Now, after this little fiasco of it getting out,
Yeah.
her plans are probably shot.
Why are you living with him though? Why are you living if you don't plan a future with somebody? Why are you living with them in the first place?
Right.
And if you're living with them, and you are
She
planning
needs somebody to pay that rent.
and you are planning a future, why
Yeah.
would you not tell them that you own the property?
Because she wants to make sure that he's gonna stick around past the dating series,
Okay.
and she needs somebody to pay that rent. She's not finna let one of her chummy homegirls come in there and do it because they're gonna get all too chummy and then
Right.
not want to pay rent. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I can see her testing this dude in that way.
Okay.
That's the only thing to me that makes sense behind all this.
Now if he
But-
now if he finds out and decides to dump her
Yeah.
because that's a big ass
Oh, I'm pretty
secret,
sure he did now.
Yeah,
So
that-
she
then-
lost. So she
then-
has to get one of her chummy homegirls to pay rent.
Then it's just kind of like
Yeah.
I mean I understand the fact that that's a big test to me. That's a big test for someone that you're claiming to care about enough to allow them to move in with you. So I just think that that's shady.
That's kind
on
of
her
shady,
part.
like old girl in that movie we watched the other day.
Which one?
What movie was that?
Was
it was
it
a long.
two can play that game?
Yes.
Okay.
All that. It was the same thing.
Yeah, I can say that. Same
Yeah.
thing. It's kind of game playing a little bit.
Yeah.
And you have this guy who's, who's paying, the bills and everything. She has another man. That's why she made the video.
Oh, see, but then that makes sense too.
She has another man. That's why she made the video. Oh, okay.
Huh.
Okay.
Well,
then I
speaking
get
of
it.
paying and having another man and all that, districts are offering to pay $250 to hundreds of parents to drive their own kids to school. Baltimore WBFF, Baltimore City Public Schools, are offering to pay several hundred parents to transport their own children to school. This stuff is getting out of damn hand.
Yeah.
What's next? Let me pay you to have your baby, and then I'm gonna pay you to raise your baby. Then I'm gonna pay you to. Oh man,
Yeah.
why can't you just be a parent? We're
Ah.
paying parents to take kids to school now because they're feeling
Yeah.
too entitled to do it. I'm not the bus driver. I'm too uppity for that. I need to be at work at 8, so my kids have to figure it out.
Well,
What?
it's still kind of crazy to me though, because like you said, you're paying a parent to do what it is that they should normally do. But if you have systems in place where you have bus drivers, then it's on you. It's gotten so bad you have to offer people to money to take their own kids because you can't supply what they're in what they've been come accustomed to. You know what I'm saying? As far as
Right.
bus drivers and different things like that, because parents have to go to work.
But the only positive side I saw in that was that in order to get that $250, you have to be 95%.
Right.
You have
Right.
to be in school 95% of
The
the time.
attendance
So,
rate,
the
yeah.
attendance rate.
The attendance rate
So I
needs to
guess
be
I would
that to
keep
qualify.
kids in school.
Yeah, I
You know,
guess.
maybe because my mom is getting $250 or what now? How much
Yeah.
was it a month, a week?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, $250 a student to take them to school is a lot of money.
It is. It is.
I'm
It is.
thinking
When
like, how much
I
are they paying these drivers? You couldn't pay, just not. That's man. I
Yeah,
don't
and so
understand this one.
it's weird, and so
Yeah,
I think that though it's because of some of the stuff is because of the some of the mandates that are coming down the pipeline.
Mhm.
Some of the stuff is because of people are just getting off of that $300 extra for unemployment, so they haven't been able to fill the jobs and different things like that.
Maybe
So
if they approach
you
this
know,
with a safety
yeah,
and said that first, like because the safety of bus drivers with all these different homes and kids they're picking up,
yeah,
we're just doing away with that. So to start y'all off, we'll start paying y'all off first until September. It says until September, and then we'll just stop. Y'all be acclimated to, I guess, in September of next year,
you know,
acclimated to doing it.
yeah. And Ladonna's asking, is that a year? I don't think that's a year, Ladonna. I want to say that could be a month or either a week. I think that it was a month.
I
I think it
believe
was
it's
a
a
month.
month, and it's
It was
going
a
to be
month
going on until
until they said they're going to
beyond
extend it beyond September.
September.
I guess just kind of trying to see how things go.
Beyond what September?
Yeah. Uh, this September, I'm guessing.
Oh,
So
then
this, yeah.
is that a week then?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not
Yeah.
sure because I didn't get a chance to put down the whole article because you don't like me putting down the whole
Well, I mean,
article.
it could
So
have been like
we don't.
the highlights.
Yeah, I don't know about the highlights. But anyway, you skipped my other post that I was going to talk about.
I didn't skip anything.
Yeah, you did. So the post right here, the other FB post that I wanted to talk about
Mm-hmm.
was one that I saw that said the faker you are, the bigger your circle will be.
Right.
The more truthful you are, the smaller your circle will be. And I just thought that was interesting to find out because of social media and everything that's going on. Did you agree with that or not? The faker you are, the bigger your circle will be. So the
I mean, that's
faker,
pretty subjective. How
you
can you
think,
say that about your mega pastor?
um,
Is that offensive?
about your mega pastor, what about him?
His circle is huge.
Is it?
I'm just saying, in
Is
general.
his circle huge
Maybe.
or is his circle small?
Why would you think it's small if he has 6,000 members?
If I would think it's small because he doesn't want all of those people around. Like he can't trust all of those people, so he has a small circle that makes sure that he's good and makes sure things run smoothly. I don't know if it's.
And
I
if
don't
your
know if it's
circle's
that big.
small, the realer you are, it says.
It said, yeah, the more truthful you are,
Right.
the smaller your circle will be.
I can understand that because you don't have to worry about telling that many lies to that many people.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
These people be coming up with weird subjective quotes just to poke at people and make people
They do.
angry.
And this, and I think just to make, Ladonna said his circle is small, his congregation is big. Yeah, I can agree with that too. The faker
Yeah.
you are, the bigger your circle will be. I can kind of get with that because you look at entertainers or social media, influencers or different things like that that have this totally huge following, like you
Right.
said, and it's kind of like, is that your circle or is because I don't even know what that was talking about, but I'm assuming that would kind of be your circle. So where
Yeah.
you can kind of be fake and kind of be and hide with all of those people, but when you're real with someone, then they have to decide whether to stick around because
Right.
sometimes people can't handle the real. And
Yeah.
so when you're real with two or three people, you could do that. But being real with 10,000 people on your social media or whatever it is, I'm seem like it might be a little bit more difficult. So
Yeah.
you're
When
kind of
I used
you're
to be
kind
able
of
to just
faking
sit
it.
back and look
Yeah.
cute and not say much,
Yeah.
my circle was seeming to grow. But
Okay.
since
See,
you got me all having to speak and all this and
there you
carrying
go.
on,
There
my
you go.
circle is deplenishing. A
There.
lot of people are
Okay.
running away
So
to
there
the
you go.
hills.
Because people didn't know that
I
you
don't like
actually.
this guy
Yeah.
anymore. He talks too much. I'm out.
Yeah. People didn't know you actually talk. They just
Right.
thought you made jokes all the damn time
I don't.
and made club patrons blow into
A
a
microphone. I'm
a
a
walkie-talkie
radio.
speaker. Yeah.
That's what they
A
get. They were
walkie-talkie.
drunk. It's not my fault.
Yeah. So you can do all of that, and then what you do? Tap dance for the master. That's what you say.
What?
Tap. That's what you was doing.
What?
Yeah.
I was tap dancing hard too. Let me get a tip.
Yeah. So
Ooh, give me a tip.
yeah, and so that's
What kind
why.
of life is that?
So that's why they liked you, and
Adjusting my bow tie and everything.
that's why they wanted to be around you. So we would say that true. That's true. That's a true statement. Not a sin
Facts.
jumped on. She said I have two friends.
Not saying has two friends.
I know a lot of folk that never have real conversation, just kick it and don't talk about nothing. Absolutely.
Facts. And that's,
Absolutely.
man, listen, that's what I said yesterday when we were talking about, who was that? Somebody had mentioned that them and their friends my friends and I don't argue
Yeah.
or we don't disagree. Then you
Mm-hmm.
really don't have no friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have yes men.
Yeah. We were talking about that.
Yes.
And so, on with the next topic, the Dallas Morning News. I saw this on there, and I wanted to talk about it because it's getting real out there, right?
Yeah.
Pilots and flight attendants at American Airlines and Southwest Airlines have been complaining all summer, and the pilots plan to picket at DFW and other airports over fatigue and dropped hotels. Now, I'm not sure if the dropped hotels is that they can't go and rest, I guess, in
Mm-hmm.
between, flights or doing layovers or whatever. But that's bad.
So you
That's
want
bad,
just,
man. That is bad.
you want tired pilots all just flying your Spirit flight from New
Right.
York to
You don't.
California?
You don't. You don't. But
What?
what I'm saying is bad is because they're working them so hard to get back on track because of all of the money that they missed out because of the pandemic.
Right.
That these pilots are like, I've had enough, man. I don't want to do this. And so they're
Yeah.
picketing saying, y'all got to do something different. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
got to do something better because it's not on us to be flying back to back to back to back to back. You want more crashes? Yeah, let them keep doing it.
Well, they're about to have more because I saw a billboard, pilots, the school, to be a pilot, 7 months,
Okay.
and you can fly for us.
7-month training.
I mean,
to
I guess
fly
you look
planes.
at it and you think this guy, every pilot I've seen has white hair, so I just assumed that he had to go to school for like 50 years to learn how to fly a plane. Nah.
Man,
Come here, boy. You're 16. You can drive.
I'm gonna
7 months.
I'm gonna ask my cousin. He's a pilot, and so I want to know how long he went to school for that.
He's going to
because I
laugh
don't-
at you and say 3 weeks or something.
Yeah,
Watch.
yeah.
3 weeks. I
Like,
got
no,
it like a truck driving school.
Yeah, no. Not a sense that I will walk, skip, or swim. So no more flying for her, you guys,
Man,
man.
listen.
That is rough. Golly.
Listen, man, I really don't want to fly.
That's rough.
You know?
I don't want to either, but some of the stuff is necessary, man. Like it's necessary to go fly to see my dad unless
Right.
we're gonna rent a car and and try and drive out there every time we go visit him, which I
I
mean I
like the
guess we
scenery,
can.
man. I
Yeah,
prefer
I
it.
mean I guess we can do it. But yeah, you guys, so prayers up to these flight attendants and pilots who are getting overworked because the more I mean you already know as a person who works, the
Yeah.
more overworked you are, the worse of a job you do sometimes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? If I'm overworked, I'm falling asleep, all kind of stuff. So
Irritable, angry,
yeah,
and
you want
all that.
pilots, you
Yeah.
want pilots falling asleep in the air?
Right.
You want flight attendants being real, real rude? No, we don't want that. So prayers up for them that they will figure that out and get that together. Before we go to our break, I wanted to talk about a place to eat, but you guys, we actually did not go anywhere this
Nope.
week. We usually have date night. We try and find some cool place to eat, but we had date night at home and Bobby cooked. And so, really, on the cool, I always like to talk about Bobby's cooking. So, let us talk about the enchiladas that you fixed. And
Last
I
night,
don't even like enchiladas. No,
the first
the
ones.
very first ones.
I'll dig. So the first ones they were delicious.
Man, you hear me?
They slapped. Enchilada sauce from scratch.
Yeah.
4 cups of beef broth.
Uh-huh.
Third of a cup of flour.
Okay.
Cumin,
Human.
garlic powder,
Uh-huh.
chili powder, obviously.
Okay.
But I forgot my Mexican oregano, and I did that last night too. Still slap Texas, but I forgot it.
But it doesn't. It
Yeah.
didn't even matter. Like I don't even know. He cooked some beef enchiladas.
Yes.
And they were absolutely amazing.
And she
And so
doesn't
he
like
was talking
enchiladas,
about,
so
and
that
I
made
yeah
me feel great.
yeah
That made me feel real great.
I don't eat enchiladas. Period. Like
Yeah.
anywhere we go. Like I've not had them. I do not like them. And I can honestly say that now, if my husband cooks them, I shall eat them.
Man, that makes me feel
So
good.
so it was really good. And
Thank
I'm
you.
trying to figure out, should we open, you know what I'm saying? Should we do kind of like a side hustle type of food type of thing
I
going on
need to.
along with
We
your
need to.
art?
We need to do something because art is hard.
But you're
You know.
artistic with the food too, though. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. So we might be able to win because people need to eat.
Right.
You know?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So that might be all right. So
Yeah.
maybe
It's
we'll
not
do
a bad look.
maybe we'll do a focus group. We'll do a focus group and try and taste test some stuff. We'll bring some stuff to Quan because he used to work at the Cheesecake Factory,
Yeah,
so he knows what
he's
it
gonna
is.
know.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, hey, this is
He's gonna
slap.
know.
This is slap. No, go back to the drawing board, Bobby.
Shoot.
So we'll figure it out, you guys. But anyway, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to the Monday Night Special, the review, and we will be right back.
Hey.
You absolutely know that I love that, right? I love that type of music. I love piano.
Yeah.
And so that was dope. LaDonna said
Yeah.
something about, she said offering maybe cooking lessons for couples. That might be cool.
Like a taste and sip, a
Um,
taste and flip. We can do tacos.
yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
I won't be a whole lot on the cooking side of it, but I can plan stuff with. But yeah, thanks for the ideas. Keep them coming in, LaDonna.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna move
business plans.
Brandon out here to help me.
Business plans. We need it. We absolutely need it, you guys. So we are back. If you just joined us, this is the Monday Night Special, the review by Food for the Show with me, Talitha Kume, and my baby, Big Bobby B. And we are talking about some stuff. So we have a few things coming down the pipeline, you guys. We will be featured in an upcoming fashion show,
That's beautiful.
October 1st. It's called the International Business Forum. It's going to be from September 27th through October the 4th. But we're actually going to be featured in the fashion show on that Friday night, October the 1st. And so we're looking forward to that. We just secured that. So this will be
Beautiful.
like our third.
The two book readers I'm doing on there are done.
This will be our third runway show since we've been here, because we were able to do one during the pandemic, which was awesome.
And we started to do one that didn't go,
Yeah.
so it would have been the fourth.
Yeah, it would have been the 4th. And then we're also having our own show coming up. So stay tuned in for more information about that on November the 7th. And
Yeah.
so we are out here working, you guys, trying to get it by any means necessary, as long as we're not stealing and robbing and killing and all that other stuff. So yeah, we're not doing anything underhanded. So.
Right.
We are talking about stuff, and now I want to talk about the Las Vegas and world news. So, you guys, I just wanted to mention this. Bobby got excited about it. I really didn't care about it, but I'll mention it anyway because it's not about COVID. So, there's a new attraction coming to Vegas. Everything you need to know about Msg Sphere in Las Vegas. This project is 1.8. It's a $1.8 billion performance venue, unlike anything you've ever seen, and it is scheduled to open in 2023. It says the sphere will be 366 feet tall, 516 feet wide at its widest point. The sphere will have 17,500 seats. It will have the highest resolution screen in the world at 19,000 by 13,500 pixels. That's 100 times clearer than today's best HD TVs. And the screen covers an area larger than 3 football fields. And it said that the sphere, the original cost was supposed to be $1.2 billion. And it says there's no denying that the sphere is an engineering wonder and will likely be a huge draw when it debuts. I am not sure.
It's beautiful.
I mean, that's a
every
lot.
time I roll past it, I look at it
Come
a
on,
lot.
man.
I be looking at it a lot too. Like,
So you're gonna spend all of this money on a sphere, an attraction
Mhm.
when the world is crumbling around us?
Yes, because this is going to be a wonderful place to give robots jobs.
Really?
Yes.
That's what it is?
Mhm.
It's for the robots?
Mhm.
17,500 seats, did it say?
Yes, a lot.
What? So you guys, we're gonna keep tabs on this project and how it's going, because I am um I'm gonna be waiting to see,
Yeah.
how that turns
I
out
love the way it
with
looks.
everything that's going on.
Location's
Really.
strange, but I
Yeah.
love the way it looks.
I don't even know where the location is, so.
Yeah, it's going down
Mhm.
Sands.
Mhm.
You've seen it.
Oh, I don't remember.
Like going towards like New Leaf,
Okay.
and it's on the right coming
Okay.
from the freeway.
Well, we'll have to go and get some footage, and maybe
We'll go over there in a minute.
we'll get some footage
I'd like to go over there and look at it long.
and
Just
we'll post it and make a video about it. But
yeah.
anyway, so I thought that was interesting news to talk about, because I just don't know about building right now. It just seems like that's overkill to me.
It seems like the best time to do it, or was.
Okay.
Now it's getting back overcrowded, but
Yeah.
they really should have try to finish that during all the
Yeah.
silence.
All the stuff that's going on. Yeah.
But that first part they had, when I first started seeing it, it looked
Mhm.
like the old, like what you imagine, the old Coliseum where Paul would go watch the Olympics. That's what it looked like in my
Paul,
mind.
as in the Apostle Paul?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm sure that it's not going to look like that, but
No, it was only because it was
Yeah.
half of it at the
Oh,
time.
yeah. Oh, okay.
It's just the bottom layer.
Well, world news, we are back on it, you guys. More COVID conversations. Okay, so President Joe Biden's new vaccine mandates for federal employees don't apply to members of Congress or those who work for Congress or the federal court system. So this was crazy to me because I didn't know this. However, Biden's orders on federal workers applies to employees of the executive branch. So because there are three different branches,
Mhm.
he put out a mandate for federal workers to get the vaccine, but it doesn't include any of the Congress or any of the judges or any of those people. So I thought that was interesting to me. And let me finish. He also put out an executive order requiring vaccination against COVID for federal workers and contractors who work for the federal government. He also asked the Department of Labor to issue an emergency order requiring businesses with more than 100 employees to ensure their workers are vaccinated or tested on a weekly basis. But it said in little small that Joe Biden's employee vaccine rule means that 98% of companies will probably be unaffected.
Yeah. It's a hot pot of bullcorn. I don't
Um,
know anybody in the military who's just actively taking that thing.
a lot of
They're all saying no to
yeah,
this because they know the things that they've been taking,
yeah,
and this doesn't fit the narrative.
yeah.
So
A lot of military people are like, hell to the no.
twice.
We're not going to do this. So we're gonna see how all of this plays out, because a lot of people are starting to fight back. They're starting to fight back and say, no, we don't want this mandated to us. And so, and like I said, I'm gonna completely always agree with it. Whenever we have this subject, my mind is not going to change. You should not mandate something for someone. Allow them the opportunity to choose if they want to take it or not.
Why don't y'all
Like,
mandate it? Why don't y'all mandate us being able to walk around completely free and being legal and just doing our thing? Mandate that.
Mandate that, please.
Nope.
Biden, not a sin, said Biden is a liar and
Who said this?
and a demon, period. Why did anybody think this dude was going to be good at anything? That's what Not a Sin said.
Well, not a sin.
And she means that.
Not a sin. Here's why they thought this. Not a sin.
Mm-hmm.
Because his words were, "You're not black if you don't vote for me."
That's why they thought that. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're not black.
Okay.
So those words alone was like, "Oh yeah, you're right. We go on real do this thing right here real quick."
Man, and they just skipped on and hopped on and did all that.
Y'all didn't pray about none of that. Well, maybe you did.
Yeah, well, maybe they did, but who was they praying to? So we will stop. We will skip.
Right.
We will skip that because we're not going to talk about.
We're not going to talk about that.
Our president right now, but not.
No,
a
I mean,
sin,
do your thing, bro. You got to do what you got to do, man.
You got to do what you got to do, being puppeteered. But
yeah,
like I said, let people decide. It's supposed to be a free country, but it seems like it might not be.
It might be. It might be for artists who want to keep going and artists who want to quit. We saw this meme the other day, and Andre 3000 is talking about quitting rapping.
He is.
And he wants to quit rapping because he feels that he's too old and it's a young man's game.
Mm-hmm.
And that he's too old for the hip hop industry.
Mm.
I feel that Andre, because he's such a deep creative, he doesn't know how to look at himself as himself.
Okay.
And to see his value in just being 3 Stacks.
Yeah.
So if 3 Stacks wants to walk in the room and be like Snoop, Snoop, all he does is repost everybody else's stuff.
Yeah, now.
Smoke a lot of weed and do shows in the same jacket.
Yeah.
He wears the same jacket from his album cover everywhere he goes. He lives his life doing that, and he'll cut an album, but he mostly does covers.
Yeah.
And he's still Snoop. You never take that away. 3 Stacks doesn't see that because he's too deep of a creative.
Okay.
He's always thinking that I'm unimportant if I'm not able to create the next me in me.
Okay.
If what I'm putting out is not hitting like a new Andre 3, whenever I put it out, he feels unimportant because he then feels like he's just emulating all
which is what he said. Yeah. But I disagree with him on that though. He was just saying that once you're older, your maturity level changes, of course, and then of course your lyrics, the things you rap about, and everything that they must change. And so he was basically saying that once we get older and we've already put everything out there, trying to come back and reinvent or trying to stay relevant is kind of a joke because he feels like people are kind of laughing at him.
And they are, and they will if you're trying to emulate that wave. But if you're like Jeezy ain't changed. Jeezy might do a couple songs every now and again that kind of sound like he may have taken elements from somebody, but 90% of the time he's gonna be just who he is.
Okay.
And he'll cut an album next year, and it will be, Jeezy. It won't be a deviation. And I think Dre, he's just so caught up on that image of topping himself. He doesn't see himself.
Yeah, and because I think he can always transition. And once he started doing movies, man,
But he didn't like that kind of control over himself. He's a free spirit. He's a free artist.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna create like I want to create.
Okay.
And when you go into a movie studio, you got to do it like they say.
Okay.
I need you to walk like this, talk like this, do this, put your hair like this, shave that off. Don't wear this tomorrow. We don't need you wearing that on set. All of those things that he doesn't. I don't think that he likes. Yeah. Because it's too confining.
Well, Andre 3000, wherever you are, if you're out there, I appreciate.
I just say do you, bro, because you're always gonna be a legend, regardless,
always.
Old or not.
And I'm gonna
just play into that.
And I'm gonna appreciate your nostalgic lyrics on your songs.
Yeah.
Always, because they were, they were in my era when I was listening to that stuff. So
he can really win right now if he just slowed down. Like if he just slowed down his style just a little bit, because it wasn't ever super.
It wasn't super duper fast.
But it was enough to make you have to wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he just slowed it down a little bit and did his thing, he'd conquer. He'd be all right. I think that would be a good look for his next move as a 40-some-year-old man.
He's on the level of a Eminem to me.
Absolutely.
I always dug his lyrical ability.
But it's because of Eminem why he feels like he does.
Oh, maybe so.
But
Eminem is still out there. He still
does what he wants to do.
He's still relevant. And Eminem has done the same types of songs and music since he came out. He hasn't changed. And
Dre feels like, I think whenever he starts to do, I could see this, man. When he steps in the studio, I bet, because from listening to the radio and whatnot, he starts to like feel unimportant. Yeah, because he can't say the same things all these kids are saying to get the buzz. Yeah. Like he used to say to get the buzz,
Who cares?
Yeah,
it's just buzz with us grown people.
Right. Well, speaking of the buzz, we are now to my favorite part of the show. Ever. It's the Crater to Hate It. And this is the first time we actually had somebody listen to what I say right here in this little segment and send something in. Yeah. So if you got something dope that you want us to review and give you an honest opinion about, shoot that over to us.
Absolutely.
And we got somebody who did. His name is Chris Hinyard,
yes.
Forgive me, I left the Y out.
Yeah.
And it's strike 3. I'm out. Quan, roll that beautiful.
Let's get it.
Take me over again. I can't believe that we over again, babe. You don't know me, and I don't know you.
chance. Nice guys always lose, never win. Tell the truth, you think I'm lying from the start. True stories told from a broken heart. Trust issues built up from the past. Secrets out, should've kept them in the bag. Kick the bucket, give you all I had and more. 3 strikes, now I'm heading for the door. Both said I love you, but the meanings change. One surface level, others in the vein. Never moving forward, shit just ain't the same, I swear. What did I expect? Damaged goods label on my chest. Now you living better, and the main reason is because I left. Knew I was a mess.
It's been a really hard year, and I really wanted you to be there. You know what? I will move on. I will. And I'm just sorry it had to end this way. And I hope you are sorry.
Funny how you help all these people out, then they living better once they kick you out. Dark roads meant for me in life, never destined to achieve a better life. Sad, but it's true. Pen and pad, the best that I can do. Loving nature, sadly never reciprocated. Figured out at age 22. Draining me for my advice in life, but never let me become your best part of it. There when you need me, but when it came to love, I never got to know your thought in it. Always came second, nothing more, but I'm glad I left it out all on the floor. Fall tapes hold a special place, but the seasons change, now I'm out the door.
I guess this is goodbye.
Yo,
Okay. This is the very first song that we listened to almost the whole entire song.
yeah,
So right now, why am I emotional?
because of the chords in the song.
The chords.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So
Yeah.
what do you think before I give my opinion? Because
Man, I think-
like,
Where are you from?
I don't know. He didn't give me a whole lot of information,
Okay.
so we got to find out.
Well, I totally dig your whole concept. I dig the way you write.
Uh-huh.
The planning behind the song was good.
Okay.
I need my engineer partners who are listening to get with this guy today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because, I play around as an artist because I
Yeah.
do all kind of art. So
Yeah.
if I feel like sewing on top of a backpack, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
If I feel like making a beat for a box, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So however I do it.
Yeah.
But this kind of stuff needs to be heard correctly
Yeah.
and it needs to be clean.
Okay.
And this idea, even the muddiness in the song
Mm-hmm.
could actually be a new wave. The muddy singing behind the rapping.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I could talk about this for a week. But you remember Lex Luger's hi-hat style when it first came out, Quan? Lex Luger's hi-hat style was emulation of a hi-hat that Kanye did 5 years prior on a song with Drake.
Okay.
And it was kind of like a mistake
Mm-hmm.
the hi-hat was. But Kanye, being brilliant, knows how to,
Flip.
turn that plate into a frisbee.
Mm-hmm.
So he threw it and made it work.
Mm-hmm.
This kid comes out, hears that sound, emulates it, and makes a whole hi-hat pattern that now every trapper is emulating still.
Lex Luger. Mhm.
Right. So this guy with all that sound in there cleaned up would still be able to create a new wave for other artists to emulate.
Mhm.
I appreciate it.
I absolutely loved it. That's why I didn't stop it. You know me and anything that is piano and emotional for me that makes me feel something or takes me to a place
Yeah.
where I can picture what's going on. I absolutely love it. I didn't know if it was a rap or a song because we
Right.
just heard the singing at first, and then I was like, okay, well maybe he just kind of wanted to play this and he recorded it on his phone or something. I was like, hey, I want to send it to you guys.
It's expression and it's real. It's
but,
raw. It's perfect.
Yeah, but that the rawness of the feeling when he was singing or whoever was singing, and then the rapping on top of it, telling the story of what happened,
Yeah.
and then including the little snippet of the girlfriend
Mhm.
who was saying I'm sorry or whatever.
Right.
I'm over here like I was really emotional.
Yeah.
Like what in the world is going on for me listening to this song? And so I appreciated it. Chris, keep doing your thing.
A lot. Do it
yeah.
a lot.
I absolutely loved it. And I found out because I asked him how he heard about us, and he said that he heard about us from Ella Enchanted.
Really.
Yes.
Ella's a beast.
That's how he heard about us. And so I appreciate it. If I had to give you 5 microphones, I would absolutely give you 5 microphones
Throwing 5.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
to you.
Yep.
And so, yeah, Chris, keep doing your thing. Look us up, hit us up.
Yep.
So we can try and help
shoot,
out
my bad.
help out however we can, unless that was just you being free and just sending it to us because you wanted to get our opinion before you dropped the track or before you went into the studio or something like that, because we said that we wanted to be a focused type of group or whatever. So maybe it was possible that he was doing that to just kind of see where we were. So we liked it. LaDonna said, I agree with Bobby. The engineering was off, but I give it 5 mics.
Yep, you get 5 mics, dude, on just real music.
And then Nadasen said, turn his plate into a frisbee. Bobby B. So that was cool, you guys. So anyway, if you are an up-and-coming artist, like Bobby said, you want to go to our website, www.foodforthesoulmediagroup.press, and go to Create It or Hate It and submit your music that way. Or you can email us at foodforthesoulpresents@gmail.com for more information or to send your music. So that was awesome, you guys. Join us this Friday for our Fan Friday movie, Level 16. Level 16 is a 2018 sci-fi thriller by filmmaker Danishka Eshtarhasi. I don't even know if I got that right. It follows a group of girls who live at a school which educates them about how to be perfect young women for families that they are told will eventually adopt them. So you guys check it out on Netflix so we could talk about it on Friday. We are at the end of our show. We want to thank you, our viewers and listeners, for hanging out with us. And now we are to my favorite part, which is, yeah, I said it.
Hey. You first or what?
You first.
Lord. On that day, race won't matter. You're either for or against the cause. But you won't sit on the fence. 9/11 claimed nearly 3,000 that day, but has claimed a percentage every year since. The Prince of Darkness cares nothing about the impact. He's more concerned with the shrapnel. Kaboom! These small pieces ripped through that wall, the same one he planned to build with those folks' money. These are our walls. Why are you in our new house? Why are we paying parents to parent? Pilots are done. But that's okay. Training for new ones takes 7 months. Everyone has to take the vaccine except for Congress. And old rappers that refuse to stick to their guns and try to adopt a new sound ultimately sound like Mary Mary. It's not the guide in you that teaches you to emulate others. Make your own sound. Duh, Kurt.
Ooh, you talking about Kirk Franklin. You think I don't be listening, but I be listening. Ooh.
No.
Okay. Yes, you will. Why should you care? Here we go. Who knew that day in September 20 years ago that you would kiss your loved ones goodbye via phone and prayers as you helped to save others or were in the wrong place at the exact time? Those with so much hate for our country would cause havoc around the world. We will never forget. If hindsight was 2020, we would have seen that America hasn't been all it's cracked up to be, home of the brave, land of the free to be manipulated into believing you truly have our best interests at heart. Afraid only God gets that privilege. America, where greed is so rampant you can choose to make 2 separate families work out their homelessness because of you. Free to offer parents money to take their kids to school because your systems put in place can't keep workers content enough to take care of our future. Secrets don't remain secrets, and once exposed, you run the risk of losing it all to that partner who thinks you can have a healthy relationship that way. Reinventing the wheel with a little new mixed with the old never hurt anybody. If you still have something to say, age doesn't matter because there's always someone your age that needs to hear it.
Beautiful.
So that's it. You guys, we are done. Tune in every week, Mondays at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on Vegas Hype Media and on our FB page and YouTube station. Also, we are looking for sponsors. So if you like what you heard, you can consider sponsoring a show or your business with us. And if you want to be a guest on the show, we are looking for you too. Hit us up at Food for the Soul presents@gmail.com and stay tuned in for new show segments as we bring you the latest. Our show tonight has been sponsored in part by Orlay Worldwide. Stay tuned in at 8:30 for the Flavor in Your Ear podcast coming up next. Yep. We'll holla.